Lovely. This feels important. This is the whole plan.
You cannot go in guns a-blazing. Security's going to be airtight.
Deeply confused.
I saw this man take down an entire squad.
I did do that.
He killed over 100 men.
Slight exaggeration.
With his bare hands.
Definitely not true. Wait.
You forget who controls the narrative.
Not exactly how I plan to go.
Deal with him accordingly.
And lights.
Shit.
Rejoice!
Fuck!
Read my lips.
You petulant little shit.
Repeat the mantra. I am an instrument shaped for a... Damn it. Gotta admit, that was cool.
Boom, there you go. That was a trailer for Boy Kills World from Lionsgate and Roadside Attractions. It's your boy Koji. These nerds rule the world. And as you see, joining me to talk all things Boy Kills World is my pal, Heather Hurt. How are you, Heather?
Good.
All right. Homie, when we started off this week, giving our entertainment picks, this was my top pick. But they didn't exactly give press the inside info, at least here in the DC area, the look-see on this project. But your boy knows some people over at Lionsgate, and we got blessed up to check it out. And so, y'all, we were bringing to y'all, we have our review, and we're actually able, once we get done with this, they said, please post it up as soon as you can. So I don't know what's going on over there, but shout out to the good folks and friends we have over at Lionsgate. But Boy Kills World, y'all. We did a reaction to this not too long ago either. This was like out of nowhere. And this movie is, I think, going to be a cult classic, which is just crazy. But we'll get into that with the whole review. But let me toss it over to you, Heather. Why don't you break down the story a little bit? What you interpreted out of this insane project that we just witnessed?
So this is what happens when the Hunger Games goes wrong. I think one of my best takes that I saw on the Twitters was this is what happens when the Hunger Games gets messed up and you allow, what was it? It was like this is the messiest version of the Hunger Games that I've ever watched. I think that's what it said, which is kind of the truth. That's kind of how this felt. Basically, what you have is you have Boy right here, and I'm finally getting this green screen thing. If you've been watching some videos, I finally understand it now. You see Boy is played by Bill Skarsgård, and he is trying, it's a traditional revenge story. He wants to kill the people who killed his family. All in all, he has an imaginary best friend. There's a lot of imaginary friend things happening this year. He has he has his memory haunting him the entire time. It's bloody, it's gory, and if I give you anything else, it is a massive spoiler, because this is it's basically one long B-roll of action and fight. And I don't know what it is with Sam Raimi and cheese graters, but we need to stop.
No, I disagree. I disagree. Yes, this is just to add to Heather a little bit. Yes, this is, and I'm not going to spoil, because I think that's why also Heather was like, man, let me be careful because Patrick may spoil. I'm not going to spoil, Heather. This is like a living video game, y'all. And I recorded my WTOP spots earlier today. It's like Heather said, it's Hunger Games to me meets Kick-Ass. slash maybe the Kingsman. This is like Millar world type stuff to my comic heads out there. Although I know we're not kind of like giving Mark Millar any love anymore, are we, Heather? Because issues, but this feels like a Mark Millar project if he was to write Hunger Games. Am I right?
I don't get that feel, but I understand where you could come from. Like I don't get a Kingsman feel out of this at all.
Well, just that blood and gore. Okay, yeah, maybe that was the wrong pull.
No,
I'm thinking the first Kingsman when they're blowing up stuff up in the church, just like that gore action fest. That's I guess why I'm giving it the Millar world nod, if you will.
I could definitely see
the Millar stuff, right?
I from a comic book perspective, I'm a big Mark Millar fan. From a don't want to alienate any of the people in the UK side, we understand. Trust us. We're just noting similarities.
Yeah.
But one of the big things, I would say that this was very video game meets adult indie comic world. There were elements of both, and there were purposeful elements of both. This is what happens when nerds get high. That's literally what this movie felt like. So.
And notes of John Wick, notes of The Raid, and we actually had one of the stars of The Raid as the shaman. If you're not familiar with The Raid, you need to see that. One of the best action films. It inspired like the John Wicks and all of that. But just let's talk about this cast. What did you think of it, Pennywise, aka Bill Skarsgård? We did see him in the John Wick franchise. I think if this came out before that, they might have went a different way with his character in John Wick. But Bill Skarsgård, man, he's a new action hero in this, if you will. I think we'll get action roles outside of this. Jessica Rothe, I was curious where I knew her from. And so I had a look on IMDb, and Happy Death Day. If you hadn't seen Happy Death Day to You and the original, I enjoyed Happy Death Day. I thought it was a great premise story. It was like Groundhog Day meets horror, and just amazing. So shout out to her that, she's getting a lot more work again. She was awesome in this. Andrew Koji right here. There's my pointer. There it is. He was our Storm Shadow in the G.I. Joe. I hate to call them G.I. Joe because I didn't really like them. The Snake Eyes G.I. Joe stuff. And Michelle Dockery is, I think, in Bridgerton, which a flip off of from other characters she's done. And also Sharlto Copley. There's some great characters in this. What did you think? Oh, the inhaler guy that didn't give up. The spirit of never giving up in a fight. I don't want to spoil that scene, but had nods to Monty Python to me.
Yes.
Heather just not giving up in a fight. Amazing fight scenes. But if we can talk about some of the cast, but just I want to give a shout out to whoever that actor was, the inhaler villain. I was looking at the cast, so I didn't see the name in there, but just dope. What do you think of this cast, Heather?
Oh, now I'm trying to find him because
he's not. I don't know the name. I'm trying to remember his name from the film, but I don't see his name in here. And looking at the people, but all I know is he kicked ass and had an inhaler and kept on coming. Yeah, like the inhaler stuff kind of gave him that boost of energy.
Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure it was cocaine. I'm pretty sure he was inhaling cocaine. God, it's not.
But no, he had an inhaler.
No, I want to know who it is because, like, it's. How is it? Is it this guy? Is it this guy?
I gotta give love to because my wife uses inhalers.
I believe it's Kevin Otto that is it because I believe it's. I think it's Daryl because I think it's fuck Daryl.
Shout out to people with the inhaler not.
So when it comes down to it, the cast, this was just a thirst trap with Bill Skarsgård. I don't know. You got that first 5 minutes, and I'm like, this is just a freaking thirst trap. That's all this is. But this was a really fun cast film. Shout out to Jessica Rothe because holy shit, honey, who is your trainer?
Oh yeah, honey, she had the abs of steel.
Like,
abs of steel.
But the casting was great. I will say that I feel kind of weird that some of the bigger names weren't really in it as much. Like the fact that Famke Janssen was in like only 10 minutes of the movie seemed really weird to me. When she's probably one of the biggest names in this film. And other than that, like, this is a great cast. It's a great cast. It's a very wide cast. I will say I do want to give a shout out to someone who did correct me on TikTok today. There are some people that need to be they need to take the consequences of what their actions are doing, of what they're saying in public. I'm not going to get into it here because even though we have been told that we get too political on here, we actually just call out bigotry. That's all we really do. And if you think bigotry is political, then you are in a certain narrative of your own mind. Racism isn't political. Racism is just racism. And that goes with certain worldly events that are currently happening. There is one actor in here that that has been very vocal about certain events overseas, and we don't want to disparage that. When it comes down to it, watch movies that you feel comfortable with, watch movies that you want to see. And the casting was great, but can understand why some of the casting might cause you to second guess why you should see this movie. Just wanted to pull that out.
So about the cast, to go over that, Isaiah Mustafa.
Yeah.
Also, we see him from the Old Spice commercials.
Yeah.
There's a conversation, quote unquote conversation that happens between Bill Skarsgård character, who's a mute, and voiced amazingly, which we haven't even brought up, H. John Benjamin.
We have not.
I didn't mention him earlier, but he's just he's a king. He's amazing. But him mutely communicating to Mustafa's character, who he's interpreting the lips, and but the language that comes out of Mustafa's voice, we can't even understand.
You know it.
But it was just played to comic brilliance. Just who else? There was somebody else. I said the inhaler guy. I wanted to mention him. You said Famke. Yeah, small glimpse of her, but she played her part. But just overall, I thought everyone looked like they had a lot of fun in this.
They did. And I will say that what's really cool about the work that happened with the lip reading, I thought that was so accessibility positive, because we have to be understanding that what we say might be interpreted a different way when someone is reading our lips. So we need to be careful in how we talk. And I thought that was just a brilliant way to be like, not everyone can understand everything you say, and that was brilliant. And H. John, wow,
Benjamin.
why am I?
Benjamin.
Yes, I know who I'm talking about. I'm so tired. I'm so sorry. You're gonna want him to be your voice forever in your head. That's all you're gonna want to do.
Just the notion of it, he saw this video game, y'all. The character of Boy, he used to play this video game with his sister that haunts him into this, in this revenge story. And yeah, so heard this cool voice that he loved from the video game, and that became his voice in H. John Benjamin, Bob Belcher, Archer, y'all, just classic. So just again, this crazy thrill ride, video game-esque, Kick-Ass meets Hunger Games story. Let's get on our thoughts. I thought it was a lot of fun. There's different parts that I'm like, I would like to see drawn out more. But at the same time, I think, in the time that they had, what they wanted to do, I think they accomplished it. I'm looking forward to seeing this again. I'm looking forward to seeing it with friends. I believe it'll become a cult classic, and I cannot wait, Heather. We go to a lot of conventions and shows for the cosplays. Because I can totally see, especially Jessica Roth's character right here, like from Happy Death Day. Man, that mask, I want to see that mask. I know they'll have a boy right next to that fellow cosplayer. It's gonna be like a couple's cosplay, I'm sure, very soon. I'm excited for it. What did you think of the whole ride, Heather?
Which is a lot creepier when you actually watch the movie. That's going to be so creepy. I really enjoyed it. It was the 80s film, the 80s action film that we didn't know we needed in 2024. How this kind of just slipped under everyone's radar. Sam Raimi produced film with some classic Sam Raimi action-y elements to it. I just don't know how it just skipped over everybody's head. Why it's not getting more love, why it's not getting more attention. It's pretty surprising. Is it the perfect film? No, but as you said, it's going to be a cult classic. It's going to be one of those films where it's kind of goofy, it's kind of messy, but it's one of those that you can really just kind of dive into and enjoy and have fun. when it comes to the pacing, I can definitely agree that there were times where it kind of felt like we didn't get enough information. And then there were times where I felt like we got too much, like they kind of held too long in certain elements. But that's just kind of the hiccups of any decent action film. However, if they had made it longer, I will say that this would probably not have been a good film. How they paced it was appropriate to keep your attention. And it was just messy enough that you were just like, what just happened the entire time, but in a good way.
Definitely. Yeah. Not perfect, but very entertaining. Will be a cult classic. And just there's so many scenes I know we're all going to be talking about. I need more cheese graters, Heather. And would love to see these characters again. Just gruesome but fun. It's a film that'll make you smile and you'll have a blast with your friends, y'all. All right, there you go. Any other last thoughts, Heather?
No, take a look, have fun, and once again, movies should be fun for you. If you don't feel like you need to see it, then don't see it. But make your opinions for yourself. Do what you want to do. We enjoyed it. All
right, y'all. Heather Hertz, whose last name is perfect for this universe, I have to say. It'd be cool. I'm curious if you'd have the same mask and helmet as Jessica Ross character. I don't know. And I'm strange. I think we could live in this universe and have cool.
I think we probably could. Well, no, I don't want to live in any totalitarian state.
Yeah, and I'm not a part of any culling. So anyway, but this was wild. This was crazy. This was fun, y'all. Boy Kills World from Lionsgate, opening April 26th. If you want to chat all things Boy Kills World, hit us up in the comments below. Our handles are down there as well. Follow us. Let's talk all things Boy Kills World. And if there's anything else you recommend as well, that's what we're here for. Nerds Rule the World. We're here to have a fun time. Nerds Rule the World. Boy Kills World. There you go, y'all. It's been a day already. We've got a lot of things to talk about. You'll check it out on our channel. There you go. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy KP, Nerds Rule the World. I just got out of a press screening, but it wasn't for this one. It was for another film, but because I'm here and I screened this virtually at home, I'm gonna give you my initial thoughts coming out of Boy Kills World. This joint, man, crazy. It's like Kick-Ass meets The Hunger Games. It's like a living video game. H. John Benjamin does a lot of the voiceover with Skarsgård over here, being the character you see, but H. John Benjamin being the inner voice. This joint is crazy. I'm gonna do a full review, hopefully with Heather on the NRW. I recommend it, y'all. If you like Kick-Ass, if you like Hunger Games, and you like video games, it's like that weird mix. There's some great characters, some great moments, but we're gonna have to dig in. But initial thoughts, check it out. It's a fun little ride. Boy Kills World, your boy QP.